First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. We're out here today on the KTM 390 Adventure with the express purpose of testing out the new Black Dog skid plate. I've had it out before, but just on mud and on the road, and all I've learned so far about it is that it is incredibly loud. Do not take your earplugs out if you own this. But today what we're going to do is we're going to test it out banging across the rocks, banging across the whoops. Going to hit as many things as I can, and then when it's all over, I'm going to take a look at the bottom and see if there's any noticeable damage. So stick around and find out. We have in front of us is a little bit of a hill on an absolutely beautiful October afternoon. I don't know if you can see it down there, but it's, what, 54 degrees. Did I already test out my skid plate? Well, yes, I did. What an opportune time. I hate to do this, as turning the bike off means now I'm going to have to go ahead and turn off traction control. Alright, if you are at all familiar with the KTM 390 Adventure, you will know that it has very little ground clearance. I believe it's about 8 inches out of the box, but that's with their skid plate, which blocks, you know, mud, pretty much mud. That's all it'll protect you from. What I put on the bike here, though, is the Black Dog steel skid plate, and this thing is built like a tank. We'll go ahead and show you a little closer later, but right now I just wanted to show you why you want it. It is the only skid protector that actually, when you hit something like that, takes the impact and puts it into the frame of the bike, instead of along the bottom of the motor where every other skid plate connects. So if you're looking for a skid plate and you want one that's actually going to absorb impact, this is the one to get. Woo! Yeah, both wheels just came off the ground there. And half the time when I land around here, I land on a rock, so happy to have this Black Dog. I said before, probably at the beginning of this video, but I used the AXP skid plate for, well over a year now. And this kind of terrain, when you hit the rocks, is what snapped it. Ooh, just hit the skid plate there. Oh, just hit it twice there. Now, see, I've been much more careful in the past when I had my AXP on, but now I'm actually just letting it go like I would with my Honda and seeing how many times I hit it. Let's go down the rocks and see if we get any more clangs. Oh, there's one. I'm gonna have to set the bike over and get a look at what these rocks are doing to it. I imagine nothing at all. I think it is probably going to be as solid 2 years from today as it is now. It seems to be the heaviest build skid plate I've ever used. Oh, hit a couple times there. Woo! Climb, KTM, climb. Oh yeah, bounce those rocks. Even these whoops, I feel much better having a skid plate that, because like I said earlier, this thing had 8 inches to begin with and it's got less than 7 now. I absolutely feel better having something that'll absorb. Oh. Well, we will pick this up later. Alright, I said earlier I was going to take my bike, set it down, and get a look at how my skid plate is doing. And I don't know how well you can see it, but, well, it's got some scratches. There's nothing close to what I'd call a dent. And I would say that skid plate is fantastic. Well, I definitely went ahead and tested it thoroughly. I hope the footage shows it. If you're listening carefully over the sound of it, you should be able to have noticed that it smashed the heck out of that skid plate today. And if you take a look at the footage where I dropped it on the ground, then you can see that it wasn't hurt in any way. So far, totally satisfied with my Black Dog skid plate. I can't even imagine this thing ever being damaged. I think the frame would bend on this bike before that Black Dog would have any kind of problems. Stuck around this long, thanks, I really appreciate it. Take care.